The Ryan and Ryan Power Hour podcast on SportsTownChicago.com. Welcome back to Ryan and Ryan here on SportsTownChicago.com. I'm Ryan Stuprich.
And I'm Ryan Risky.
All right, now we're going to talk about the Cubs as they open up a 3-game series with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Today's pitching matchup, as Ryan Risky told me, is Kyle Hendricks against Jeff Locke, correct?
Yeah, and really this is a game you really want to win because Garrett Cole pitches tomorrow against John Lester, except Garrett Cole is really good.
Yeah, he's had an outstanding year. He's been pretty good, ever since he's been in the league, which has been a couple years now. It's been more than a couple years, actually, I think. But he's been pretty dominant for a long time. So, that'll be a tough game to win.
And he already beat the Cubs this year. I mean, it's just you don't want to risk losing the first game of the series and then Garrett Cole's pitching the next day.
Right. I don't think you want that to happen,
especially at home.
Yeah, obviously. And the Cubs are on a nice 4-game win streak after having a 4-game sweep of the Mets. I heard it was the first 4-game sweep of the Mets. I don't think it was a 3-game sweep, but the first 4-game sweep of the Mets since like 1982 or something was like the first time that was since the Cubs had swept the Mets.
Yeah, I mean, last year's Cubs team would not have done that. And the Cubs do sit 2.5 games ahead of the Pirates.
They do. So obviously it would be important to win this series to set to be even more ahead. By the end of it, you could be 4.5 ahead of them possibly. So which would be ideal.
And the Cubs still own that first wild card spot.
They do. I think if the I think I was looking. It might have changed. I was looking a while ago, and the Cubs would be hosting the Pirates for the Cubs would be hosting the Padres for the 1-game playoff.
It'd be the Padres or the Nationals.
Yeah. So that.
It's
exciting just to see them in that spot.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that Nationals is subject to change considering the Cubs just swept the first-place Mets.
Right, yeah. How far back are the Nationals of the Mets now?
1.5 games.
Only 1.5, so there you go. The Nats are right back in it, which is exciting. I'm wearing a National shirt today, which is exciting.
I'm sure that would have changed sooner if Strasburg knew how to pitch right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Everyone on the staff is starting to turn it around. Scherzer's been good all year, but everyone is starting to turn it around except for Strasburg, which is not good considering he was sort of your homegrown talent, sort of like your high ceiling guy, the guy that could certainly be an MVP at one point.
Yeah, well, Cy Young, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like he'll live up to the expectations of becoming the greatest pitcher ever.
Right, I mean, he's been in the league since 2012, and
he's a good pitcher. He is an ace. Right now, he's not pitching like one.
No, he's not pitching like an ace right now.
He's not even pitching like a number 5
There's
right
actually
now.
been a lot of guys in baseball that haven't been pitching like the aces that they should be.
Kershaw,
Kluber, he had a great outing on Wednesday, but before that, he wasn't doing much this year. His ERA was in the 5s.
Yeah, Chris Sale.
Sale's another one. I mean, even Samardzija, he's not ace quality, but he's, technically...
He could be a number 1.
Spot-wise, he's the number 1 on the Sox, but that's because Sale pitches after him. But it's interesting.
Zach Greinke's doing phenomenal.
Zach Greinke is doing good, but it's weird. The 2 guys that won the Cy Youngs in Kershaw and Kluber, they aren't really playing as well as they need to be for their teams.
I mean, Kershaw, no one knows what's going on. He leads the league in strikeouts, except his ERA is like 4.40.
Right. I mean, it's more detrimental to Corey Kluber and the Indians. If Kluber doesn't play well,
they do have the worst record in the
team
American League.
Play well. Yeah, they're right there with Oakland for the worst record, which is very disappointing considering, as we talked yesterday, considering a lot of people put the Indians as the division winners too.
Sports Illustrated had the Indians winning the World Series, which I didn't understand.
They're going to break their curse and win this year? I don't think so. They have the second longest drought after the Cubs, because the Indians haven't won since the 40s, I think.
Which was the last time any Cleveland sports team won.
The Browns won a NFL championship in like 1963 or 64, and that's the last time that a Cleveland team has won any sort of championship.
Okay.
So it's been since the early 60s, which is still very upsetting and disappointing. Cleveland is definitely the epicenter of bad sports.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm hoping the Cavs get knocked out.
Oh, I think they will. I mean, they're certainly not going to be Golden State, that's for sure.
Unless the refs give it to them.
Yeah, but I still think that would be highly unlikely. Even if the refs give the Cavs all the calls, which they'll give James any call he wants. But even if they do that, the Warriors should be. The Warriors at this point are pretty much expected to win the championship, and if they don't, it's, in my opinion, it would sort of be a failure on them if they didn't win the NBA championship this year. Just because they've only lost 3 games all year, including the playoffs. They've only lost 3 home games. How is that possible? The Bulls beat them.
Derrick Rose.
There was a game earlier in November or December that they lost, and then they lost a playoff game to Memphis. That's it. Those are the only home games that they've lost. And now they're about to close out the series and wait for what we thought would have been the Clippers. We'll talk about that a little later on.
It sure doesn't look like. Yeah, the Bulls might want to start modeling after Golden State on how to win at home.
Right. So, that was very disappointing. But, of course, today, in about 6 or 7 minutes, the Cubs and Pirates go at it at Wrigley Field. I'm thinking Chris Bryant is going to go long today. I just have a feeling. A nice Friday afternoon game. I think he's going to go long. Yeah,
the Cubs need it. Locke's not that good of a pitcher.
Right. His ERA, I was looking, I think it's in the 4s right now. He's definitely, not their best pitcher. He's had moments where he's been good. I think a couple years ago he was he ever an All-Star? I think he was an All-Star.
Locke, I think he was. He had a really good first half.
And I think he was an All-Star either in 2013 or last year. I don't remember, but I remember him going down the red carpet or something on the parade thing where they introduced all the players. But it'll be important, and it's also important that Cincinnati keeps losing. They won yesterday against San Francisco 4-3. But it would be very important as you take a look at the standings. St. Louis is 24-10, Chicago 19-15, so they're looking to get 5 games above 500, which is very exciting. The Cubs are still 5 games back of St. Louis, which is tough. Cincinnati is actually ahead of Pittsburgh at this point. Cincinnati's 18-17. The Pirates are 17-18. Milwaukee is 12-23. So I think they'll be staying down there for a while.
Probably.
And Rizzo, of course, is leading the team in average, which, go figure, he's batting .336. Number 2 is Bryant at .274. So there's actually a big discrepancy between the number 1 batting average on the Cubs and the number 2 batting average, .336 to .274. Everyone else is batting under .271, which is Castro. So that's something that obviously would.
I know Rizzo's on base percentage is also out of this world.
Yeah, it's over 500, isn't it?
I think it's around 450, 460.
Yeah, I know it was a lot higher, and that was crazy. Rizzo also leads the team in home runs. He leads the team in runs. He's 3rd in RBIs. Actually, there's a 3-way tie for RBIs between Chris Bryant, Starlin Castro, and Anthony Rizzo.
20 all?
20 all, yes. And stolen bases, I don't think
Rizzo.
Well, he might be leading that category. No, Fowler is with 8. And
it's
Rizzo
not Rizzo
has 7.
Anymore?
No, Fowler must have got a stolen base yesterday at some point.
Oh, that's too bad. That was kind of funny seeing Anthony Rizzo leading the team in stolen bases, and he was actually stealing a lot of bases.
Right. Going back to home runs, number 2, tied for 2 on the Cubs is Coghlan and Montero with 4. So that's a little weird. And Anthony Rizzo has 7 to lead the team in that. So there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on. It's kind of it's still been like a crazy team. Like the way that the Cubs are winning these games, it's so Joe Madden like a lot of the way that they're winning these games. They won yesterday on a passed ball. They sort of grinded out a win. They got a nice home run from Fowler, but
they really grinded out a win when we went on Wednesday.
Yes, they did. I mean, the bases get loaded, and then Coughlin takes a 3-1 pitch in the dirt, and it was ball 4, and the Cubs won on a walk-off walk.
And it turns out every single pitch that was thrown to Soler and Coughlin was in the dirt.
Yeah,
and
it was pretty much in the dirt,
swinging.
And he swung at them.
Well, Soler struck out on 3 of those.
Yeah, which was very upsetting. I don't understand what the mindset is necessarily. I mean, when there's the bases loaded and only, at that point there was no outs when Soler struck out.
And at the same time, if the guy's not throwing strikes, the pressure's on him. He's struggling.
Right. Well,
Don't help him out.
Either way, if there's no outs, you shouldn't only swing if it's like right there for you.
I mean, yeah, don't be swinging at pitches
something
that are in the dirt.
Because all you had to do was drive it into the outfield. And
which we saw Soler was swinging for the game-ending grand slam.
Yeah, you just have to get a good pitch to hit into the outfield, fly out. I mean, every player flies out all the time, and he's swinging at pitches in the dirt. I wasn't swinging anything low in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, he took 3 hacks at the game-winning grand slam in a 1-1 game.
Right, but that's a good thing about the Cubs. When one guy fails in that situation, another guy comes up, and Coughlin, who
has not been hitting.
Who has not been hitting and also likes to swing. He took his pitches, which was a very good thing to see. And the 4-game sweep of the Mets. Let's turn to the White Sox quick before we go to break. The Sox, of course, have a big series in Oakland. The Sox have won their last 3 series, but they look to continue it going against a bad Oakland team after Oakland traded away like 75% of their good players. It's going to be a big series for them as well. And Rodon is pitching tonight, and he hopefully will have a good game again, which, like he did against Cincinnati, which would mean he really is the guy to replace Hector Noesi.
It's not that hard to be better than Hector Noesi, though.
Right, I think we could do it if we tried really hard. I think we could replace Noesi in a rotation, right?
Probably.
The pitchers for the Sox are in the Oakland series are Rodon, Danks, and Samardzija, and Chris Sale comes back on that Monday night game against the Indians. So he'll be pitching. And I was looking, the Indians do not have any lined up people, at least any lined up starters for their games past Saturday or Sunday, I think. So that's a little strange. I was going to look at it before we go to break. But yeah, someone needs to step up offensively for the White Sox, because the White Sox aren't really getting a whole lot of offensive contributions from anybody.
No, they're not really hitting many home runs. Or I mean, their starting pitching has not been that great either.
Right. It really hasn't been. The Sox have not announced, the Indians have not announced a pitcher for that Monday game, so that's a little weird. Because they have Carrasco going Sunday, Salazar going Saturday, and Bruce Chen going today. I didn't realize they had Bruce Chen.
And the fact that he's in a rotation.
And he's 0-1 with a 13.50 ERA.
Well, he could probably shut down the White Sox.
He could. He'll probably be pitching in that series at some point. We might be going on Wednesday to the Sox-Indians game if it all works out. We might be going, because I'm pretty sure Rodon pitches that day, so that'll be exciting to see. So we'll have to see how that works out as well. We're going to take a break. We'll try to set up the Cubs game feed in here. If we do, we'll keep you updated live as it happens, of course, on the game. But until then, we'll take a break, and we'll come back. You're listening to Ryan and Ryan here on SportsTownChicago.com. The Ryan and Ryan Power Hour podcast on SportsTownChicago.com.